Okay, we're gonna come down and do a moon reading, all praises to the Most High, and see what Spirit would like to share. We're just gonna go with the flow of whatever He shows you with this deck, no matter when this cycle come around. But we're gonna flow with what Spirit share with this here message. Okay, we're gonna flow with it. All right, Spirit. So we're gonna see what it is you would like for us to know. I have to kind of split these in two because they're kind of hard to do a full deck. You only want what you need us to see, Father. Only what you need us to see. All right, we see a sextile. Sextile, okay. That's that could be found on your natal chart. Okay, the sextile. We have a solar eclipse. I don't think we have another solar eclipse to next year, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have some partials, but we may have some. I don't know, but I think it's a mostly partial eclipse. All right, so those are the only two that we have here. All right, we're not gonna worry about what's on the bottom, but we know we are in that one in Gibbous. Well, I'm gonna take the one in Gibbous. I think we're coming to the end of the one in Gibbous. All right, but we're gonna go on and take it anyway. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're coming to the end of that almost. Let's see right quick. And we know the sextile that's in your natal chart. Okay, the solar eclipse. I think we'll see. Since I'm looking this up, I'll also look up the other one. Okay. Kind of bear with me. The phone is moving a little slow because we are having a little thunderstorm a little bit out there. Mother Gaia, she's cleaning up some stuff. Okay. Mother Gaia is cleaning up some stuff. All praise. Okay, yeah, because now we're in the one in Crescent. We just come out of the one in Gibbous, but I'm gonna go on and uh and flow with what we have here. Okay. Yeah, we just come out of the one in Gibbous. Alright. Okay, we just a few days out of that one in Gibbous anyway. Okay. So the one in Crescent is just really coming in. And then we have the sextile. Again, that's something you have to find on your natal chart. Okay, something pertaining to your natal chart there as well. I know it talks about the distance. Okay, when two celestial beings is so far apart from one another or something like that. Okay. Okay. It's an aspect of 60 degrees. Okay. This is the Jupiter and Saturn cycle is now in sextile to its most difficult period. Okay, so we got Jupiter and Saturn there. Okay, so we got some force going on. Okay, in the upper realm. All right, it's like it's really kind. If you really, I look at it more so as dark and light. Okay, it's a really now it's kind of in the I say in the graphs of things. Okay, dark and light. Okay, it's kind of way I would look at that. All right. It says it's a harmonious planetary aspect where two celestial bodies are 60 degrees apart in the zodiac wheel. Okay? It signifies the flow of energy that encourages cooperation, inspiration, and new opportunities. Sextiles often appear between capable elements like fire, and we saw fire come out in the reading, right? Fire and air, or earth and water, and we saw ice out there. So it kind of was like fire and water to a certain degree. And I said this could be like force, okay? All right, force of good and evil to a certain degree. And we know that when you come to fire and water, okay, fire is more on the, it could be, it just depends on how you see it, but the thing about it, water can also put fire out, right? Meaning love can also win over hate, right? Okay, kind of like in that perspective, okay? All right, solar eclipse. Now the solar eclipse, they usually when sometime when maybe certain things will be removed out of your life, things that no longer serve you, okay? Um, so you can kind of look at an eclipse as being something like that, okay? All right. It'd be a major shift, okay, of moving something out of the way, okay, that you don't have to particularly worry about again. So the last one we had was back in 2024, and that's what I remember we had that one. And I don't think we have another solar eclipse until 2026, if I'm not mistaken. So it could be something pertaining to 2026, because I don't see a solar eclipse here for 2025. Let's go right here real quick. Let's see about that. Okay. It says a list of, so, okay, Marshall, well, that's a partial. Like I said, I know it's some partials. Okay. Now, we will have some partials in 2025, okay, in March. Okay, but a total solar eclipse, we won't have that until 2026. So we're going to go on and look into this here. We're going to see what Spirit really is more so focusing on when it comes to these three cards we have here. And I told you we just ended the one and Gibbous, but I'm going to go on and take that card anyway. All right. And I don't know when this here actual reading will come to pass, but for Spirit to look into it, it's a message here. All right. It's a message here. And at the bottom of the deck, we got Eclipse. Okay. We're going to take it. And we're already talking about a solar eclipse. This is a moment of darkness. Okay. And if that has anything to do with the 3 days of darkness, I already did a reading on that. And Spirit told me it's not going to be 3 days, all right? But with the darkness is already here, okay? If whether or not the people know it or not, all right? But with what I just read from the sextile, okay, and see the solar eclipse, okay, and I feel that that time could be on the rise, all right, either in 2026 or it's going to transpire during one of those partials, okay? But it's not going to be 3 days. It's just we're at the complex time here, okay? But let's see what Spirit say in the actual message. All right, let's talk about the sextile. Okay, we got intense, okay? Like I was saying, it's like that force, because you have, like, I say it's like, so things are starting to get a little intense now, okay? People could be feeling excited, uncontrollable excitement, okay? We saw the epiphany come out up in the reading earlier, right? Okay? Things are starting to get a little intense, okay? People are really starting to see that Spirit is real, okay? Whether they want to believe it or not believe, okay? But the thing is, I think some people's minds are starting to change when it comes to the truth about spirituality, okay? What is it about this one in Gibbous? We got deception, okay? It says, glory is but a fleeting glimpse, okay? Something even lining into with deception when it came to the one in Gibbous, all right? And I told you we just got out of that something could have went on last week, all right? Whatever went on last week, somebody could have been deceived, or it was some deception in the midst of something last week, okay? I'm going to flow back to last week, because last week was the what? Warning Gibbous, all right? Warning Gibbous was also when I had did what? I put a post on my community board, and I was talking about the buzzard, right? Okay, all right then. Okay, so let's look at some signs. Let's look at some signs. Signs are planets when it comes to this sextile. All right, we got Venus. All right, and now the book just talked to us about what Jupiter and Saturn. Then, but we got Venus come out here. Okay, all right. Let's see with this deception, with the warning Gibbous from last week. What can you share about this deception with this warning Gibbous from last week? Let's go one more time. We didn't get anything. Let's look at this. Okay, here. Wow. And we got Saturn and Earth. Ah! We got Saturn and Earth with the deception. So that's look like spirit on Earth, or spirit in Earth. Okay? And I told you I was talking about what? The buzzard, right? Okay? All right. I feel that's how that buzzard came. That buzzard appeared in spirit. But it appeared in spirit on Earth, okay? And we know it was some deception, because I know that that actual spirit was actually an individual, okay? All right, solar eclipse, and then we have eclipse out here. We got an Aquarius and Gemini. There it is. So it's something about an Aquarius and a Gemini, all right? So what I'm more so seeing here with those two cards right there is something going to be out of your life when it comes to maybe somebody trying to have somebody in a third wheel. I'm picking that up because of how the symbols are when it comes to those two zodiacs, all right? Okay? Or it's going to be something here, because the Gemini more so talks about the lover card, right, in tarot. The Aquarius, that talks about the star card in Aquarius. So either the lovers are going to be zipped out of somebody's life, okay? I'm really more so picking it up. It's something about the lovers, all right? Okay? Something about the lovers, okay? All right. Tim, let's get one more sextile. We got Venus. We got first quarter moon. It talks about acting. Okay. The first quarter moon is all about taking actions. Okay. Making decisions and moving forward with your plan. See, with your plan, not somebody else's plan for you. It says this card represents the energy of action and encourages you to take the first step towards what? Your goal. And you have Venus out there. That's one individual, right? It's one planet, right? Okay? All right? Now, let's go over here with this deception. The warning Gibbous. We have Saturn and Earth out here. Okay? And it says, there you go, a partial, what? Solar eclipse. And we know a partial is coming in what? In March, right? So it says the light in the shadows, okay? And yeah, it's really lining up with what I said, okay? It says embrace the shadow and use the energy of the eclipse to illuminate what needs to be seen. Okay, there you go. All right. So even though we didn't have an eclipse during that time, I was able to still illuminate what needed to be seen. Okay, I did that with that what I put on my page. Okay, all right. Solar eclipse, final one. We got Aquarius. We got Gemini. It says here, look at that. The warning crescent, and that's where we at right now. And we are in, if I'm not mistaken, right now, we're in the warning crescent. Okay, that's current. We're in the warning crescent. And that come out with the solar eclipse. So now it really making me question, is these solar eclipse really the time that NASA want to say we're having a solar eclipse? Okay, because right now, with all the rain, it's still looking dark outside right now, and we're not even in an eclipse, right? Okay, so it makes me now wonder: is the eclipse is really according to how NASA want to say the eclipse are? Okay, making me want to question it because we're in the warning crescent right now. Okay. And this is the warning crescent card come out, okay, on the solar eclipse, but the card eclipse even came out for the solar eclipse. It says a moment of darkness, and we had a moment of darkness even before the rain started coming down. So, Spirit, it really makes me now want to question, is NASA telling the truth when they say when these eclipses, or is this something they planning for themselves? Okay, behind the scenes, okay, want to have some type of air show going on. So that's what I want to know. Is the eclipse really as they say they are? It's another deck I would have used. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune actually came on the side, y'all. It's another deck. Let me get this other deck real quick. And that way I use that deck. If I can. Okay, here it is. Okay, Spirit. I'm questioning now the eclipse. Is the eclipse really? We got too much eclipse going on in this region right here. And things I'm saying about the eclipse, how it coming out, is things that I already know actually did kind of transpire. And right now we're in the warning crescent, but the card says solar eclipse, and we have a card that says eclipse. So tell me, is the solar eclipse really as NASA want to say it is? We got a card that say maybe. Okay, and then it says it's not yet certain. Okay, there you go. So NASA playing with y'all with the eclipse. And at the bottom, look what we got. No. Say no more, Susan. Say no more, girl. Okay? Because I don't even need to say no more. Okay? Because, baby, this reader right here don't prove to me they lying even about the solar eclipse, you guys. Okay? They lying about the solar eclipse. All right. Now, let's talk about the sextile real quick. All right. It says intense. Okay? First quarter. Okay? Take action. The only planet came out was Venus. And along with Venus, we have here a Knight of Wands. That talks about the flow. Fire again. Okay? We saw fire 3 times already, okay? That talks about that power, that willpower, okay? All right, is really what I'm more so picking up right there. We have the Knight of Wands. It talks about the intuition. It talks about you keeping the flow, okay? We have the Judgment card coming there. Spirit saying, okay, you're bringing up an awakening, okay? Intense. Why? Because you're bringing up some awakenings, okay? People having to reassess things, okay? Some even have to be in acceptance, okay? They feeling excited about certain things, okay? It talks about that uncontrollable excitement, okay? Just to really see that, okay, spirit is real. This information is did happen, okay? I really like that. All praise to the Most High. Let's go over here because we saw the deception when it even came to the warning Gibbous, okay? We got Saturn and Earth here, okay? And then clarified that by what? A partial solar eclipse, okay? We got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands actually came on the side, okay? So that right there talks about something could be kind of at a standstill. Somebody could be questioning authority about something, okay? Somebody could be looking into either a career or travel. It's like a semi-pause on something. Tell me something about the Ace of Wands that come in the reverse. I mean, on the side. Okay, you got the Hermit. The Hermit actually come in the reverse. So somebody really kind of taking the time. They really kind of dismissing themselves. They going off now. They really have to really reevaluate something, okay? They really going back over some things right now, okay? All right? They really questioning something right now, all right? Okay, let's come on down here to the solar eclipse where we have a warning crescent where we're presently at. We have a card that says eclipse. We have Aquarius and Gemini out here. Tell me about this. Okay, Spirit say don't take that one. Okay. Okay, we got here a Queen of Wands coming out here. And then even with the Queen of Wands coming out here, we got here a Four of Wands. All right. So we got a Queen of Wands and a Four of Wands coming out here. Okay? Anything else here, Spirit? Anything else? And then we have here an Eight of Wands. Alright? Okay, anything else? Okay, I like that food card coming out here. And then you have the Sun. Okay? Alright? The Queen of Pentacles is showing up as well. Okay? So we see the Queen of Wands. Four of Wands, that's like happiness, community. So somebody could be happy, okay? We got the Eight of Wands that talks about something is speeding up, moving forward, okay? The Fool talks about taking a leap of faith, taking actions, okay? It talks about somebody, some innocence, all right? It's the Sun that talks about that new start, new burst of energy, hope. Okay, fulfill, okay, childlike ways, also talking about innocence, all right, and then we had a Queen of Pentacles kind of sneak her way out, all right, so tell me why this Queen of Pentacles is coming out here. Tell me why this Queen of Pentacles is coming out here. All right, we have here a Seven of Cups, okay. Now the Seven of, tell me something about this Seven of Cups. You have here a Six of Pentacles. One more here that, Queen of Swords. Okay, and then you have the Death card. All right, so we see, I told you Eclipse talks about some people could be leaving life or some changing, okay, all right. So what I'm more so feeling here, the Queen of Pentacles, along with the Seven of Cups, that talks about somebody having some choices. It talks about opportunities. It talks about illusions, okay? All right? And then the Six of Pentacles talks about equal giving and receiving, okay? It can talk about family, okay? It can talk about charity. It can talk about things that somebody owns. Okay, and then you got here a Queen of Swords. That talks about the truth, mental clarity, strength, authority, okay? And then we have here the Death card that talks about an ending to something or then a change to something, okay? So with what I'm seeing here, the Queen of Wands, all right? Because we've been seeing fire a lot, okay? So I feel this Queen of Wands, all right, could be in good energy where I feel that things are going to work out in this individual favor. I see a new beginning, new start. We see a lot of truth coming out here. But then with this here Queen of Pentacles, okay, it could have been some things that could have been not fair, okay? And I feel that somebody in authority could see this, okay, potentially. And whoever it is in authority see this is bringing something to an end. All right. Okay. So that's how I'm more so seeing those cards. All right. So we're gonna leave that right there. But over here, somebody really had to kind of steal away for a while. What had somebody in such a way they felt like they had to take themselves in solitude. All right. Let's go back to this one in Gibbous, cause somebody went into solitude. Okay. Okay. We got the death card there. Somebody, and then the hermit came back. This time the hermit came in the upright. So after this person went into solitude, maybe this is the same person that had the epiphany. Okay, could have been a king of swords, and he'd go to king of swords again. And I think that one was the king of blades. Okay, with the epiphany. So this individual, I feel they really had to go and really look into some stuff. Okay, we got the king of wands even coming out here, even the knight of cups coming out here. So it could have been the knight of cups. All right. Spirit telling me that was that Knight of Cups who showed up as that buzz. It was the Knight of Cups. That's who it was. A Knight of Cups. It was a Knight of Cups. That's who came and showed up as that buzz. All right. All praises to the Most High. Okay. See, I told y'all better leave them alone. I'm telling y'all a story to yourself. Do you hear me? Okay, talk to you later.